It's 2 a.m. and you're still here, ceiling same as every night. The thoughts that came to visit you forgot to leave when it got light. You've tried the breathing, you've tried the dark, you've tried to quiet every corner of your heart. It's okay to still be awake. The night is long, but it will break. You don't have to fix it now. Just breathe. Just breathe. Somebody somewhere understands the weight of small hours on your hands. You are not alone in this. Just breathe. Just breathe. The messages you didn't send, the words you swallowed before bed, the version of yourself today that didn't match what's in your head. It happens more than you know to more people than they ever show. It's okay to still be awake. Some nights are harder ones to take. You don't have to name it now. Just breathe. Just breathe. The morning doesn't need your help. It comes regardless by itself. Tonight your only job is this. Just breathe. Just breathe. I know the quiet gets too loud. I know the dark can feel like crowds. I know the thoughts come one by one and then all at once. I know, but you made it through the ones before, and you will make it through some more. That's not nothing. That's not small. That's everything. The city's almost all asleep. The world has nothing left to keep except for you. Still here, still soft, still trying. And that's enough. Good night. Or good morning. Whichever finds you first.
We had nowhere we were supposed to be. Just the afternoon and you and me. Your camera roll was full of blurry things, and everything was blurry and it was everything. We split a drink and argue about songs, and laughed so hard we couldn't tell what's wrong. The sun was cheap and time was all we had, and having nothing never felt so glad. Did you feel it then the way I feel it now? There's something that's alive, can't last somehow. Like every perfect day knows what it is, and blooms a little brighter before it ends. Oh, that was our brightest spring, when everything was possible and small. We were so beautifully unfinished. saved every bit, every beautiful bit. We made big plans on paper napkins then, and lost the napkins and made plans again. You had a laugh that started in your eyes before it made it anywhere outside. We were the kind of young that doesn't know how fast the good and golden things can go, but even then a part of us could tell we were living in a story we retell. Did you say the summer safe like I did? The smell of April and the things we said, the way the world felt soft around the edges like it was on our side back then. Oh, that was our brightest spring, when every Friday stretched into the blue. We were so carelessly in love with living, and I was carelessly in love with you. The cherry blossoms falling on your hair, the way you laughed like no one else was there. I didn't know that I was saving it, but I saved every bit, every beautiful bit. Now the spring still come, the blossoms still fall down, but they land a little differently when you're not around. Not sad or just a different kind of bright, the kind that knows how quickly it goes, how precious is the light. And I am grateful for every careless day when we were young enough to throw it all away, and it was still okay. It was still okay. Oh, that was ours, our brightest spring, before we knew that springs could end. We were so luminously, recklessly alive, and I would go back just to live it once again. The cherry blossoms falling in slow motion, your laughter cutting through the afternoon. I didn't know that I was saving it, but I saved every bit, every bright and fleeting beautiful bit of you. Our brightest spring, our prettiest days, still here, still here.
Dear the boy I used to be, standing at the edge of everything, with your pockets full of questions and your heart wide open to the spring. You were afraid of all the wrong things and too proud to let it show, but I have walked the road before you. There are things I wish you'd know. Don't be so hard on yourself, son. Half the battles that you fight were already won before they started. You just couldn't see it in the night. It all works out, not the way you planned, but still. The heart you thought was broken had some growing left to fill. The ones you loved, the ones who stayed, the ones who went, every single one of them was exactly what was meant. So hold on, boy, don't let the hard years make you cold. The best of who you're gonna be takes time to unfold. I remember how you used to run from anything that looked like pain, how you'd stand out in the open
and pretend you didn't mind the rain. Call your mother more on Sundays, tell your father you're okay. There are doors that close so quietly, you won't know until they've gone away. Don't be so sure of what you're missing, don't be so quick to leave a place. Some of the best things in your story come to those who learn to wait with grace. It all works out, not the way you planned, but still. The heart you thought was broken had some growing left to fill. The ones you loved, the ones who stayed, the ones who went, every single one of them was exactly what was meant. So hold on, boy, don't let the hard years make you cold. The best of who you're gonna be takes time to unfold. I won't tell you it was easy, I won't say the road was kind. There were winters long and heavy that I thought I'd left behind. But every scar became a story, every loss became a door. And the man I am this morning needed everything before. So thank you for the fire, thank you for the fight, thank you for not giving up on that long and lonely night. It all works out, not perfectly, but beautifully. The life you couldn't picture then was always meant for you and me. The ones you love left something that will never leave. In the quiet of the life you've built, they're still here if you believe. So rest now, boy, you've carried more than you should know. The best of who you've always been was there from long ago. Dear the boy I used to be, I see you now, and I'm so proud. I'm so proud of you. You carried more than anyone could see. You held it up and didn't let it show. You smiled when smiling wasn't easy, and kept on going, even going slow. The meetings and the meals and all the in-between, 100 little things that no one counts. You showed up when you didn't have to, and that is what this evening is about. So lay it down now, all the weight you wore today. Let the night come, let it gently take it all away. You did enough, you were enough, you are enough right now. Rest your hands, rest your heart, the world can wait somehow. Maybe no one stopped to say they noticed. Maybe no one marked the ground you held, but every quiet act of keeping going is a kind of courage rarely ever told. The child you tucked in, the call you answered, the meal you made when you were running low, the tears you swallowed on the morning commute. You did all that I want you know. So lay it down now, all the weight you wore today. Let the night come, let it gently take it all away. You did enough, you were enough, you are enough right now. Rest your hands, rest your heart. The world can wait somehow. You don't have to be brilliant, you don't have to be strong. You just have to keep breathing, that's enough to belong. Tomorrow will ask things of you, but tonight is not tomorrow. Tonight you are allowed to simply let it go. So close your eyes now, let the tension leave your shoulders. Someone sees the way you try, someone knows. And if no one ever said it, let me say it soft and clearly. You are loved more than you know, more than you know. Just lay it down now, every worry, every weight. Let the night come, you were never meant to carry all of this alone. You did enough, you were enough, you are enough, my dear. Sleep now, rest now. Morning's always somehow here. Good night. You did enough. You did enough. You did. I have written this 1,000 different ways and folded every version up and thrown it away. I have stood outside your door in my imagination and turned around before I rang the bell. I have held this in so long, it has a shape now. It sits here in my chest like something real. I don't know when I started being frightened of the truest thing I've ever had to feel. There's a certain kind of silence that cost more than any word, and I have paid that price for long enough. It's time you finally heard I love you. Not the easy kind, not the kind that comes and goes, the kind that stays through every season, the kind that quietly grows. I love you song that didn't know its melody until it finally found the words. And I know this changes things. I know the risk of saying it out loud, but I would rather lose you knowing than keep you while I'm not allowed. I remember every ordinary moment, the way you laughed at nothing in particular, the way you looked when you were lost in thinking, the way you made the world feel singular. I noticed things you didn't know I noticed, the small kindnesses you gave without a thought. And somewhere in the noticing I realized that you were everything I'd ever sought. I could spend another quiet lifetime standing at the edge of what I feel, or I could finally cross the distance and find out if this love is real. I love you, not the borrowed kind, not the kind you say by habit, the kind that changes how you see the world, the kind you can't unlive once you have it. I love you like the tide loves what it has to keep returning to, like every unfinished sentence in me was always ending up at you. And I know this changes things, and I know you didn't ask for this today, but this is the truest thing inside me, and I could not keep looking the other asking you to feel the same. I am not asking you to say my name the way I say yours in the quiet of the morning. I am only asking you to know that someone in this world has loved you so, without condition, without end, without a single word. Until now, I love you, and I know that word is small for what I mean, but it's the only word that holds it, the only word that's ever held this clean. Not the fearful kind, the kind that sets you free. And whatever comes of saying it, you deserve to hear it. You deserve to know from me. And morning sky. We sat together on the gymnasium bleachers, and neither one of us knew how to say goodbye. You had a laugh that came before the reason. It always caught me just a beat behind, and I would spend the whole walk home replaying the half a second when your hand touched mine. We were so close to something, I could almost feel the edge. Two kids standing at the threshold, neither brave enough to step. Almost ours, that's what we were. Almost a story, almost the words. Sweet enough to keep, too soft to say. You were my almost, and I loved you anyway. Almost ours, that quiet space between a glance and an embrace. I've kept it somewhere safe and small, the almost that was sweetest of them all. I heard you moved to somewhere near the coastline. I heard you married someone kind and good. I hope the mornings there are warm and golden. I hope you're loved exactly as you should. I never told you what the spring felt like when you'd walk past me in the corridor. How every ordinary Tuesday morning felt like something I'd been waiting for. We were so close to something, just one word away from real. But first loves don't come with instructions, only everything you feel. Almost ours, that's what we were. Almost a story, almost the words. Sweet enough to keep, too soft to say. You were my almost, and I loved you anyway. Almost ours, that quiet space between a glance and an embrace. I've kept it somewhere safe and small, the almost that was sweetest of them all. That version of the world where the afternoon was golden, and you were just a girl who laughed before the reason, who wore blue ribbons in her hair. And I was just a boy who didn't know yet how to say I care. But maybe that's what makes it stay so perfectly preserved. The love that never quite arrived is the one that never hurts the way the others do. The way the others do. Almost ours, that's all we were, and somehow that's enough, more than enough. Sweet enough to last through all these years. You were my almost, my very first, my most. never there. A blue ribbon in April air. I've kept it somewhere soft and true. My sweetest almost was always you. I still know the way you take your coffee. Still know the scar above your left hand. Still know the face you make before you're angry, the one you never thought I'd understand. I know your mother's name, your childhood street, the song you hum when you can't fall asleep. I know you better than most people do, and now I have no right to any of it. Not anymore. That's the cruelest part of loving someone. You don't unlearn them when it's done. You carry all that knowing with nowhere left to put it, nowhere left to go. You are a stranger now, and I don't know how to unknow you. A stranger with a familiar face that I have loved in every light. We pass each other quietly, like we didn't build a world between us. You are a stranger now, and I am learning what that costs. I saw your name come up on someone's story. You were laughing at a table full of friends, and for a second I forgot that I was no one, just someone who remembers how it ends. You looked like you were doing fine without me, and I was glad and broken all at once. Because love that's over doesn't stop its knowing, it just runs out of places it belongs. That's the heaviest thing about an ending. The love doesn't die the day you leave. It just stands there in the hallway, not sure where it's going, not sure how to grieve. You are a stranger now, and I don't know how to unknow you. A stranger with a familiar laugh that still catches me off guard. We share the same city quietly, like we didn't promise more than this. You are a stranger now, and I am learning what that is. I don't want you back, I want that clearly, but grief and anger don't come neatly. Some days I'm fine, some days the coffee cup, the wrong song on the radio, the way October smells. And I'm right back to knowing everything about someone I'm not allowed to know anymore. And that is the thing that undoes me. You are a stranger now, and I have loved you like a native tongue. A stranger who was once my whole vocabulary. a stranger now, just a stranger who I used to know better than myself.
Grew up on a two-lane road outside of nowhere, where the cornfields met the edge of what we knew. My daddy drove that road to work on Monday mornings and came back Friday smelling like his youth. I took that road the day I left for something bigger, my suitcase full of everything I'd planned. My mother waved until I couldn't see her anymore. I told myself I'd be a different man. Lord, the places that we leave, don't know they're being left. The road just keeps on going long after we've gone west. There's a road I can't go back to, not because it isn't there, but the boy who walked it barefoot isn't anywhere. I've tried to find the turning, I've tried to find the lane, but the road I can't go back to only lives inside my name. I built a life in places that forgotten my accent. I learned to wear a smile that fit the room. I called home less and less as years got busy, and busy has a way of coming true. My father passed in November, leaves still turning. I drove that two-lane road one final time, stood at the field and couldn't feel the boy there, just a middle-aged man trying hard to cry. Lord, the things we think we'll get to have a way of getting gone, and the road we swore we'd walk again has quietly moved on. There's a road I can't go back to, not because it isn't there, but the boy who walked it barefoot isn't anywhere. I've tried to find the turning, I've tried to find the lane, but the road I can't go back to only lives inside my name. I think that going back was just a matter of the miles, that if I drove long enough and slow enough, I'd find the field, I'd find the style of summer that we had back then, when nothing weighed a thing, when the road was just a road and we were just kids figuring. Roads don't hold the years we left, they just hold dust and stone. What we're looking for when we go back was never in the road, it was in us all along. My kids don't know the road I'm talking about. They got their own roads yet to leave behind. And someday they'll be standing in a field somewhere, trying to find something they can't I won't tell them that they can't go back. I let them learn it slow and for themselves. That's the only lesson roads can teach you. Every mile you gain is one that dwells. There's a road I can't go back to, and I've made my peace with that. 'Cause the man who walked it forward can't undo his tracks. But every road I've taken led me somewhere true, and the road I can't go back to made me who I am for you. It always starts the same way every evening. The light goes amber somewhere after 5. And without asking, without any warning, your face is here before I realize. I'm not sad exactly, more like wondering where you are when skies turn this shade of gold. Do you still watch the sun go down on Tuesdays, the way we used to back when we were bold? I've learned to live inside the in-between, space where memory and every time the golden hour finds me, you are the first thing and the last thing I see. When the sky turns gold, I think of you, in that quiet, aching, beautiful way that I can't explain and don't want to. When the light fades slow and the city grieves, you come back like a song I know by heart but can't quite sing. Every sunset brings you, every dust holds your name, and I stand here in the gold, and I'm glad I loved you just the same. Keep a window facing west on purpose, the kind of choice you don't admit out loud. I tell myself it's just the view I'm after, but you and I both know that's not allowed. Some evenings I can almost hear you laughing at something small and ordinary and real, the kind of laugh that fills a room completely, the kind you didn't know you'd miss until I made a kind of peace with how it ended. But peace and absence aren't the same, I found. And when the day lets go its last light slowly, there you are again without a sound. When the sky turns gold, I think of you, in that quiet, aching, beautiful way that I can't explain and don't want to. When the light fades slow and the city breathes, you come back like a song I know by heart
dusk holds your name, and I stand here in the gold, and I'm glad I loved you just the same. Maybe missing someone isn't always a loss. Maybe it's the proof that something real was there. And every time the evening pulls the daylight down, I find a little gratitude mixed in with the ache. For every ordinary Tuesday, every borrowed time, every golden hour spent with you that I still call mine. When the sky turns gold, I think of you, not with tears now, more like thanking you for what you gave me through. And the light fades slow and the stars begin, you become the quiet inside me that has always been. And every sunset brings you, every dusk says your name, and I stand here in the gold, and I'm glad you happened all the same. When the sky turns gold, I think of you. I always will. I always will. The rain came back without a warning, the way you always used to do. I found your cup still on the window and sat down like I always do. I don't know why I keep the photograph, the one where you're not looking at the lens. You're laughing at somebody's story, and I keep wondering who it was back then. I reach for words that never come, the way I always did with you. Some names were never meant for saying, only holding, only carrying through. A name I never said out loud, a name that lives behind the rain. I trace it on the fogging glass and watch it disappear again. Not gone, just somewhere I can't follow, not lost, just further than my reach. You are the word I keep on swallowing, the one that lives just past my speech. The cello plays from somewhere downstairs. I don't know who put the record on, but it sounds the way a winter evening feels when half of everything is gone. I've tried to give your memory a season, to pack it neatly into fall, but you don't stay inside the autumn, you just drift through everything at all. The rain keeps asking what I'm holding, I press my hand against the cold. Some stories don't have any ending, they just quietly grow old. A name I never said out loud, a name that lives behind the rain. I trace trace it on the fogging glass and watch it disappear again. Not gone, just somewhere I can't follow. Not lost, just further than my reach. You are the word I keep on swallowing, the one that lives just past my speech. I should have said it when the light was right. I should have crossed the room that ordinary night. But ordinary nights don't announce themselves. They just become the ones you can't forget. A name I never said out loud, still written on the rain. I trace it on the fogging glass. It disappears and comes again. I've made my peace with what I couldn't say. I've learned to love the weight of it. You are the name that made me who I am, the one I'll never quite forget. Just the rain, just the glass, just a name that never passed my lips.